What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Movie Mondays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit-chat about everything to do with film. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Meeheen. Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, you're fucking it up more as the weeks go on, but I guess the show has been going for 3 years, so... Connor, this is a week where I thought, we might have a calm bit of movie news to talk about.
Yeah.
Just because we've had a lot of reviews lately. Hour and 45-minute epics of us chatting about films. And then, Disney Plus Day happened.
It did, and that happened, a week and a half ago now, so I'm trying.
Yeah.
I will admit, and we're going to have to come clean, we are pre-recording this because I am away for the weekend, and so
Yes.
if news drops on Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to be pissed. But as of right now,
He will turn this plane around.
I will turn this podcast around. But as of right now, the biggest news we have is the Spider-Man trailer that, of course, dropped on Tuesday. And so I feel like that's big news stories. But then, they didn't drop the trailer on Disney Plus Day. They saved that for that was a few days before. And that was a lot of the smaller series that they're setting up.
And
a few trailers of shows that I know in particular you have your eye on.
Pretty hype myself. I think at this point I'm kind of, after Spider-Man, I think I'm most excited for the Marvel shows rather than the movies.
Because you loved Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which then became...
Got changed at the end, though.
It did. It was meant to be Captain America and the White Wolf. That would have been so much fucking better. But look, we reviewed that on the Patreon, and I think we both agreed it's fine, but it feels like something is really missing from that series.
Yeah, and so they decided, because they've got Disney money, they can just do whatever the fuck they want. And the mouse doesn't care. The mouse just has endless money. So they've decided that to start off, and the one thing we're going to start off this week is the trailer that most of these are right teasers, so they're all like 30 seconds, 35 seconds long. You only really get a glimpse. But the one thing that really caught my eye that I want to talk to you about was the Moon Knight trailer, Shaun.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Oscar Isaac. We have a bit of a teaser for our first little glimpse of what Moon Knight's going to look like in the MCU. And my first thought was, I wonder what Shaun thinks of this, because I know he loves Moon Knight.
I do love Moon Knight. I think it looks really fucking cool.
The outfit.
The outfit is like...
looks amazing.
It looks so good. Like, it's a comic accurate outfit. And it's like this big white... Like, he wants villains to see him. So he dresses in bright white with a big white cape behind him. And it doesn't look goofy on camera, which I think is amazing costume design. Like, remember how Captain America looked in the first Avengers movie?
Yeah, they just get it right out the gate. And then you have, like, Oscar Isaac is in it. I don't know if you know, but Oscar Isaac pretty good at the acting. He's very good.
X-Men Apocalypse, exactly.
Ivan Ooze. He was fantastic in that Ivan Ooze movie. But he plays Mark Spector, who is Moon Knight. And if anyone doesn't know, Shaun, just even from this teaser, tell us a little bit about Moon Knight. What's his deal?
So Moon Knight, originally, he was Mark Spector. He was a gun for hire, encountered an Egyptian god, and got some superhuman powers. But
the bit in the middle there, the plot twist in the middle, nobody ever sees coming. Gun for hire meets an Egyptian god.
Yeah, and it's not even that he has powers per se. It's just that, like, he came to a deal with the Egyptian moon god named Khonshu to, like, let him live and bring him back to life, and then he'd serve Khonshu basically. But the easiest way to sum up Moon Knight is he is Marvel's Batman, and that's how everyone always describes him.
He's like Batman, but if Batman had multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So there's the Moon Knight persona, there's the Mark Spector persona, and there is, I forget his name, but he's a cab driver. And he uses that to get information on, like, street level crime. Mark Spector then is like a rich socialite kind of a deal. But he's a vigilante, but, like, to put it in perspective, like, the Punisher thinks Mark Spector as Moon Knight goes too far. Like,
fuck.
Yeah, he pulls no punches. There's one scene in this teaser of Moon Knight in, like, a bathroom just beating a guy who's already on the ground.
He did the Batman on him.
I was just going to say, I had the same reaction to that as I did to Robert Pattinson's The Batman, like, I'm vengeance line. And I was like, that feels real. That feels too real for this Marvel TV show.
But then the next scene is him flying across by moonlight.
Yeah.
Just like across the sky from rooftop to rooftop. And I'm like, yeah, I'm all in. Just even the suit itself, I think it looks fantastic. Oscar Isaac, I think this movie is really good. The series, I think, could be really good for him. Just in terms of, he does have a lot of rage, I think. Oscar Isaac can play, like, you see him as, like, the scared type, but Moon Knight he can flip between all of them. And then my favourite was to kind of show that they have him in the mirror, they have all the different reflections, and then one of the they don't move at a certain point, so the reflections are moving independently of him. There's a lot of mirror stuff in this, even just in this small bit, because he's got a lot of personalities. They're all talking at once.
That's
and all these different voices.
Yeah, it's like the mirror's like looking inwards, and when he does that, he's like, he doesn't know who he really is. He has all these voices in his head all the time. I do think this series is going to end with him saying, I'm Moon Knight.
Oh no.
I do, look, it's one of those claims I'll put out there. But no, I genuinely have really high hopes for this series, and I think it opens the door to more of those kind of stories, kind of what Daredevil did, and it's like, no, here's like just street level brawlers, and this one dude who's a ninja. It's that, but like, here's a vigilante. Yeah,
and you add like a whole other level of you don't know which Moon Knight you're going to get at any given time. Now, is he always in the same mindset when he's Moon Knight, is my question.
Yes, he's always... It kind of like Batman, but not to the same extent, but there's always the mission, if you get me.
Okay.
And it's like, here's what I'm working on at the minute. This is what has to be done, and it's the right thing to do. It's weird, because Moon Knight has a really strong sense of like, no, this is the right thing to do. But like the other personalities could be swayed depending on who's talking to them.
And I just think, I mean, it's such a small teaser trailer, so we don't want to be like, this is going to be the best show ever. Yeah. It could be shit.
You can't judge it on 30 seconds, I would say.
But, I mean, what it does get across in this very small window is there's a tone. And I quite like that the fact that this tone is a lot different from all the other shows we've seen. Because this does not have the same idea or feeling as Loki, as Falcon the Winter Soldier, as WandaVision. This is like they brought Daredevil over, but they just added another 3 things to be like, let's also make him like a psychopath who he just kind of goes around, does whatever the fuck he wants.
Pretty much, yeah. And like he kind of has the respect of a lot of people, but people don't agree with how he does things. But like, because he will kill at the end of the day, like he will kill a man. He doesn't care,
and he'll fight Dracula.
He will fight Dracula. Well, he'll ask for money from Dracula. Best comic panel of all time.
I think if anyone isn't aware of Moon Knight, just Google Moon Knight comic moments or comic panels, famous comic panels, because he has some fucking great ones. Just the panel itself, no context. Just him saying batshit crazy stuff to different people. Yeah.
There's one thing with him and the Punisher, and the Punisher's just like, hey, you're still crazy? And it's like, hey, your wife and child's still dead. So he goes too far.
I seen that one, and then someone commented, it was like, Moon Knight woke up and chose violence today.
Yeah, he always chooses violence. That's his thing.
Like, no need. What's the Dracula one? He walks into Dracula's lair.
I know you're here, Dracula, you big fucking nerd. Where's my goddamn money?
So good. Surely Blade needs to get on to Moon Knight. Moon Knight knows how to talk to these people.
Well, that's the thing. Like, Blade and Moon Knight, along with Doctor Strange and Ghost Rider, they're in a group called the Midnight Suns.
Interesting.
Who work at night and fight monsters and demons and things. And I think we're slowly adding just more and more people into that pile of characters who have teamed up in the comics. So I wouldn't be surprised if Blade... I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if Blade showed up in this, honestly.
Even just in a cameo?
Just in a cameo, like, just to establish his presence in the universe a bit more. Because we've... Even
Blade's like, hey man, you're going a bit far.
You want to dial it back a bit? Like, I would love to, actually, just as a sidetrack, but like Blade's introduction in the MCU, I would love if he walked out of a dance club just covered in blood, and it's like just a nod to the original Blade, like that blood scene. Rave going on. Great scene. Listen to us talk about it on Patreon, by the way.
Oh, is it on the Heroes for Hire Patreon?
It's on the Heroes for Hire Patreon. Patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast, Connor.
Is that the show where they go back and review all these old movies to see if they still hold up?
Exactly. It's called The Lazarus Pit. A very, very, very funny title, all you comic book fans.
It's alright.
$5 you get.
It's fine. I'm there. Sometimes you're there. It's fine.
Well, sometimes.
Also, the big thing about that Blade scene is he has no blood on him. You're actually wrong, because he's the only one in the place not covered in blood, and it makes no sense.
But the MCU is more grounded, so he would be,
Of course. Like, he's the only one covered in blood. All the rest of them clean.
All the rest of them completely free of blood, even on the inside.
Yeah. Oh, dead. They're vampires. Okay, Shaun. So we got our Moon Knight trailer, but we're going to move on to another little bit of news, and then we'll come back to another trailer that caught my eye, or a teaser trailer, because coming out of last week's movie review, we of course did our spoiler-filled special for The Eternals.
Yes.
And we decided it was fine.
It was serviceable.
It happened. And so the Eternals director, though, Chloe Zhao, she looks to have already she's already looking to move on. Kevin Feige and her are already working together on a different project, Shaun. Now, this is a rumour, but it is stated that it's looking like Chloe Zhao could be directing Kevin Feige's new Star Wars movie instead.
Interesting. That's very interesting. So Chloe Zhao, Oscar winner, Chloe Zhao, for directing a Star Wars project.
Just because The Eternals is fine, it's not a reflection on her talents. I'm sure she's excellent.
Yeah.
It's a big studio. You got to introduce 20 characters at once. You know what I mean?
And set them up for films over several decades, presumably, at this point. So I'd like to see what she would do with a Star Wars, because I don't know if you've seen Nomadland, but it's a really personal story. So wouldn't it be cool to see, not to just make Nomadland but Star Wars, but a story more about this is just someone getting by in the Star Wars universe, not even Mandalorian where he's basically a god the whole time, but not a regular person, but someone in hard times because of the situations due to the War of the Stars.
So you're thinking of making Star Wars more relatable, something that we can kind of watch and enjoy.
Yeah, just something not connected to one specific family, I would say. Mostly two. It's either Palpatine or Skywalker. Those are the only two families in the galaxy.
Maybe Kenobi.
Holy fuck! Well, Kenobi's getting a series though, so
yeah. I think there was lots of rumours. Do you remember when episode 8 came out and it was like, what about the boy with the broom? What about him?
He's force sensitive. He could be a Kenobi grandson. No, he's no one. He never pops up again. But not no one in the way that Rey is no one.
No, but he's literally he's got powers and he's no one. And I think that's much cooler.
They all have a little magic ring with the resistance symbol in it. That was another weird thing. But
yeah, I think Kevin Feige has kind of gone above and beyond to basically say Chloe Zhao is his gal, right? He's very much behind her as a director. He brought her into Eternals because he thought she was very talented, and especially because she pitched the Eternals, and they weren't going to do that, but she had such a good pitch that they were like, this sounds good. This sounds filmable. Because up until that point, they did not think it was filmable whatsoever.
I had this thought about the Eternals, actually, after we did the review, which is always the best time to think of things.
Absolutely, good stuff.
The Eternals,
that review.
The Eternals is way better than the Inhumans ever was. And so...
Well, yeah.
But I think that has to be... Like, that has to count for something. Like, because it's basically the same. People from another planet with powers. Like... That's basically it.
Is it better than Thor: A Dark World?
Yeah,
people from different planets with powers.
You know what? We might have actually just summed up the Marvel universe there, and I feel bad for it now. But not to keep ranking things. I think it's not the worst MCU movie. But I think.
But you said in the review that the space stuff was your favourite stuff.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, what's more space than Star Wars?
That's the thing. But, I like cosmic bullshit, is what I like. A phrase we coined very early on in the, lifespan of this show, by the way.
Marvel cosmic bullshit, yes.
Marvel cosmic bullshit. That's some of my favourite stuff. Star Wars has it's a Western at its core, and it's, the lone cowboy rides into town kind of a thing. But I think Chloe's out taking that in a direction that we've not seen before in Star Wars, and Lucasfilm letting her do that. I think that would be an interesting Star Wars movie, like what Jon Favreau did with The Mandalorian. It's something we didn't see beforehand. Whereas, and we both like The Force Awakens, but that movie is basically A New Hope.
Oh, it's the same movie.
Yeah.
But why we liked it was because it was the same movie, but it felt similar, but it kind of had some new stuff, so we're like, just let it pass. It's fine.
you got Oscar Isaac, you're grand.
I like that John Boyega guy, he's pretty good.
He's pretty neat. And Rey Skywalker.
I love Rey Skywalker. And Rey Palpatine Skywalker, double barrel name.
Rey Palpatine Skywalker, Star Wars.
But also down, so you've got Kevin Feige doing this Star Wars film. You've also now, Chloe Zhao is either apparently, the rumour says she's either already signed on or she's very close to signing on.
Right.
Normally a rumour is a bit more vague, but they've kind of come out with she's very close to signing on or she's signed on. It implies to me that it's probably happening. And then you also have the fact that Michael Waldron is going to be writing the script. Now, Michael Waldron recently worked on Loki. He wrote Loki. He wrote Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, and now he's writing the Star Wars script. So Kevin Feige's taken the all-star cast of different Marvel projects he's currently working on that he likes, and he doesn't have Jon Favreau because he's already working on Star Wars. It's like, who else do I have? Taika's already locked in. Okay, got him. Who's left? Is James? No, James is busy. He's doing Guardians, isn't he? No, he'd actually be perfect. Chloe, we'll get Chloe.
That's it. He's assembling his own kind of Avengers filmmaking team.
He works with them on Marvel projects, and then is they're pretty good. I'll get them in across the Star Wars.
Yeah, which is nice to see that they're not just... Poor old Peyton Reed is just waiting for the call any day now.
Any day now. Any second. They're going to want me coming in.
He has a hotline set up.
Oh, they got Edgar Wright. Oh, shit.
No, he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it, I don't think. I think he's been burned.
Do you think a Chloe Zhao Star Wars movie... I mean, the one thing we always say is... And I'm not even going to say, do you think it'd be good? Because I'm assuming it'll probably be pretty good. It's a pretty all-star cast so in terms of working behind the scenes so far. But more importantly, do you think it should be about someone we know? No.
No. Hard no on that one, I would say.
Okay. So
I want it to be a ghost story.
Know. Sorry?
A ghost story. I want it to be a Star Wars ghost story.
Oh, yes, a ghost story. Why don't we have a movie based off of... it's a double act, and it's Jar Jar and Yoda.
Love
and it's like the original Odd Couple, and they're on a little bit of a trip, and one of them has to get home for Christmas.
Are you thinking of Home Alone?
I think I'm thinking of Home Alone.
Right. Yeah, we're going to need to work on that.
Michael Waldron's slightly more talented than me. So we're moving on to our next piece of news, and it involves... I mean, there's a lot of superhero news this week, so I wanted to throw in a news story that wasn't based around Disney or Marvel.
I refuse to talk about it then,
Connor. Or because Disney Plus Day came out, there was just lots of Marvel and Disney news. But something that caught my eye was the MGM bidding war that is currently taking place, because MGM are currently winning the bidding war for the buddy action comedy with Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista. That's right, Momoa and Bautista are out selling this project to studios. Studios are coming in hot. It's the hottest property in Hollywood, Shaun.
It's a great cast. Those are two very entertaining and charming men.
I mean, they're literally, all they have is Momoa, Bautista, buddy cop movie. Studios? Yes?
It's a very odd pitch. What do you think? Like, do you think it's a brand new property? Like Stuber was? Or do you think it's like a reboot, like what's the fucking movie? A Lethal Weapon reboot?
I think it's probably... But they're also doing Lethal Weapon 5 now, so you can't really copy that exactly.
That's
also,
true.
Neither of them are the old one. I was literally looking up this story, and the more I read it, the more I thought, sounds good when someone says Momoa Bautista in a movie. Dave Bautista, Jason Momoa, that's a great cast. But which one is the funny one, and which one is the comedy? I don't know.
That's the thing. Who's the straight man in that? Because I don't think it's either of them. Because I think they're both quite like funny, charismatic dudes, and I guess just based on broadness, who's broader? Probably Bautista would be like.
I would say Bautista is like 6'4". He's probably broader. Momoa is probably a slightly leaner 6'4".
He's a slightly leaner 6'4". The thing is, they could do it the route that one of them, like, is, for want of a better word, like soft, like works a desk job, has never been out in the field, anything, something like that.
Which one?
I don't know. Like, but that's the thing. That's the entirety of the humor, and it's just like, and Bautista here, he hates violence.
Like, the movie doesn't even have a director. This is the power of Bautista and Momoa.
They just show up and be like, we want to be in a movie together.
Like, we want to be in a movie together, and we're big box office draws, and we're friends from Dune, and so I think that we would like to do a movie together.
I've got.
Go on.
A buddy cop movie with two men who are the same age, all right, and they're both wisecracking assholes.
Oh,
Starsky
good.
and Hutch.
I like the idea that one of them tries to slide across the bonnet and the car wheels just fall
car
off.
buckles.
They're just so heavy with muscle that the car is just like, nah, fuck this, I'm out.
Failing that, Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard.
That would be hilarious with those two humongous men.
See, I can't imagine, right? I can imagine the charisma, but the problem is they're both charismatic in the same way. They're the same character. They're both the one who's wisecracking off the crazy person. Or like, Jesus, look at him. That's a bit fucking weird.
Yeah.
I'm the toughest guy in the room.
They're like the tension breaker. So anytime like two characters are having an argument or a serious discussion, they'll come in at the end to make the audience go, ah ha ha ha, and then it cuts to the next scene.
So there's apparently a 4-way bidding war currently between all the studios for this movie with no director.
Yes, all the movie studios that are left. 4 of them.
4. Disney are like, it'll be fucking 3 when we're done. What's MGM
Sony, you count your days.
Honestly, Sony, you're no, Paramount. So you've Paramount, Warner Brothers,
MGM.
Disney, MGM, Sony.
Universal?
No, Paramount. Okay, we'll take Paramount out. Universal. Is that it? Is that all of them? No, the Fox is gone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. But also, it's funny because I like the idea they just walk in and they just have themselves there and they just look, just lads. Have you seen Dave? Have you seen me? Right.
Have you seen
lads.
Dave with Eddie Murphy? Sorry, that's Meet Dave. Oh, do that, but Batista. Momoa plays his conscience.
I like the idea that they're both always in every scene trying to get the one last line, like the one killer, and then they never leave the scene.
They're just staring at each other, just quipping for hours.
They like hunt down the killer. This guy's after killing like 20 people across the country. They finally track him down, break in through the door. The two of them fucking massive, can barely get through. Both point their guns, and then they both have like the CSI Miami one-liner, but then they just keep doing the one-liner until the guy just runs away.
Oh yeah, like they find him in like a meat freezer and they're just like, freeze, asshole. And then Batista's like, time to put this guy on ice.
And then Momoa's like, you're cooked. And then they like start doing like meat puns, and the guy's just like head back and forth, just looking. Is somebody going to fucking arrest me? Like, am I under arrest or not? Just kill me. I cannot listen to these fucking puns. But yeah, so this movie it's coming, Shaun. We don't know what studio, but it's hot on the heels. It just made me laugh that they don't have a director, but they're just like, look at the two of us. Don't you want this? You do.
I feel like there was like a rap party for June, and they both got pissed. And they were just like, you know what would be great? If we were buddy cops.
Yes. And it was definitely Momoa who suggested it.
Oh yeah, and Batista was like, yeah, man.
Fuck that, I never even thought of that. I'm busy doing like the cool. I was about to do another 10 serious movies along with 10 comedy movies, but fuck it, I'll do a buddy cop movie.
What if it's serious though? Like, what if it's like 7, but Batista and Momoa?
And they're just like finding heads in boxes, but they're just
still quipping.
Still quip. Oh, always quipping. They have to just quip, non-stop quips. But neither of them they don't like quipping because they're cool, but they want to quip because they have to. There's nobody else to quip.
It's all they know. It's the only thing they teach in acting school these days.
Moving on to our next piece of news, Shaun, and it involves another one of Hollywood's largest men, Mr. Henry Cavill. That's a three-way fight I would like to see, but I think Batista's taking it.
I think Batista wins it based on experience.
But Mo, I think, would be feisty. Cavill would be too regal.
He'd be too gentlemanly.
Yeah. So Henry Cavill has reignited his Superman hope, Shaun.
Oh.
So he did a lengthy interview with the Hollywood Reporter, and within it, now of course there's lots of currently Superman reboots being planned. Michael B. Jordan, heavily rumoured to be playing Superman in a J.J. Abrams film. And it's a pretty big deal. And he was kind of asked, because I think he's probably going to be asked this for the rest of the time until he makes up his mind. And he just says, it's exciting. Superman's far more than skin colour. Superman is an ideal. Superman's an extraordinary thing that lives within our hearts.
Oh,
and
Cavill.
You're already smiling because you're like, Henry, you're too nice.
You're so passionate about everything you do.
Yeah, and he's just like, what? I think he says, why not have multiple Supermen going on? Like, Joaquin Phoenix did a wonderful Joker movie. So, and that's not tied to the rest. He's the only person that ever described that movie as wonderful. And he's like, that's not even tied to the rest of the franchise. So I mean, they have multiple Superman comic book storylines. Why can't they do that as well? And
I like Cavill explaining this, and like, we as like people who read comic books are like, yeah, like that's normal. But like to like the general public, I feel like this is what? Multiple Supermans?
Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man? Who are they?
No.
But then, like, up to that point, it's just kind of a generic, wow, I hope they do well, fair play to them. There's lots of Superman, but what can you do? But then he says, there's a lot of storytelling for me to do as Superman still. And I would absolutely love the opportunity to come back and play the character. The killing of Zod gave a reason for the character to never kill again. Superman falling to the ground and screaming, I don't think that was originally even in the script.
Yeah.
But I wanted to show the pain that he had. I like the idea. Zack Snyder's like, don't eat it, lad.
Don't eat it.
Just break necks.
There was originally a 10-minute maniacal laugh at the end of that movie.
And then he has like another big paragraph, and then he just says, as I always say, the cape is still in the closet if they want me. And so
it sounds like the ball is in Warner Brothers' court at this point. So
then we always just felt he didn't want to do it. But now it's kind of, the more he does this thing, he's currently promoting The Witcher, I think.
Yeah.
And that's coming out in December. So he's currently doing the press tour for that. So he's getting Superman questions there. We were of the opinion that he had just kind of been done, and in my head he was done. They'd moved on, and every so often he just keeps coming out being like, "I'll still do it if they want me to. If they want to get the perfect casting for Superman, if they want to,
You remember how you nailed it before?
Superman.
You want to just fucking have that again, please?
Because I could do it. Because I want to do it. And even though you're going to claim that I don't want to do it, like I have done it, even though they weren't very good. But I'm willing to do it again if we're going to do it better. Are we going to do it better?
Good. You want to do it good? Yeah, we'll do it good. That's wonderful.
And Warner was like, I don't think he wants to do it. I think
he's just being
polite.
Think
he wants to. Yeah. Is it a case where like he wants to do it, but they just want to move on because they want to move on from Zack Snyder?
Maybe that's it. Maybe he's too closely tied to that particular version of that universe that it feels like they're trying to step away from a little bit.
And do you think you would want to see Henry Cavill back, or are you kind of of the opinion
he's a good Superman? Like, I mean, he's kind of hard done by scripting. If you did, they destroyed him. I mean, absolutely killed him. Character assassination, but they literally killed him in the storyline as well. But it didn't matter.
I think if you had a Superman, like Superman movies, with Michael B. Jordan and Henry Cavill, I think you'd have simultaneous perfect casting running at the same time.
It's never happened before.
They've never run simultaneous casting of the same character, and everyone's like, fuck it, I have no regrets though. It's so good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And just seeing those two like interact and hang out on screen, that'd be awesome.
Ooh. But then again, you could just do a thing of like, they're not in the same universe. They never interact. And then you do a multiverse in 20 years and bring them back.
Or in the Flash movie, apparently.
Or in the Flash movie, or Spider-Man maybe. And so we're moving on to our next piece of news, Shaun, and it involves your favourite lawyer. That's not named Matt Murdock. That is...
yeah.
She-Hulk, Shaun. Marvel
Jennifer Walters.
Their first look at She-Hulk that is coming to Disney Plus next year. And it is starring Tatiana Maslany. And she is going to be playing She-Hulk. And it's only a 30-second clip, but with it, we do get a lot of hints, a lot of... I'm not going to do like arrows, things you missed, but it's mostly just
big
like...
red circles.
You have Bruce Banner's in it as well. I mean, it makes sense. It's a She-Hulk series. But he has no cast or sling, Shaun. So my question to you is, when did this take place?
It's very odd, because we do see in the end credits of Shang-Chi, we see Bruce Banner as Bruce Banner with his arm in a sling from the snap. And so that was... I think 6 months or something, or a year after the events of Endgame is when the end of Shang-Chi is.
So he turns back into Bruce Banner.
Yeah, maybe he can just do it on command now. Like, and he always kind of could with the whole "I'm always angry" thing.
Well, he couldn't turn back, was the problem.
That's it. Like, and I think look, the main reason for this is that I think the Professor Hulk effect is a very expensive and difficult effect to maintain throughout an 8-episode series.
Honestly, right? There's sorry, just before we get into this, what did you think of the small clip we seen of her in the She-Hulk?
It looks really cool. It looks super comic accurate.
I'm interested to see how the face looks, just in terms of like, you can get that wrong in regards to the rest of it.
They're pretty good at like full CG characters at this point, though. I will say
the issue is with the studios is that it costs so much money, because Marvel didn't even want to turn Bruce Banner half the time because it costs so much money to turn him like that. And so you do an 8-episode series, this is a shit ton of money to put into this, that she's going to be turning, or if she stays as She-Hulk consistently.
Yeah, like, it seems like there's... Just from this, like, again, like 20, 30 second teaser, there's a lot of stuff of her being just a lawyer, like actually like practicing law, and possibly there'll be... I feel this is the show to just fucking horse cameos into it as well.
I think Matt Murdock's appearing in this.
Probably.
I mean, we know Bruce Banner's in it. I think you could go even further and just start including like all the Defenders if you want.
Just like that could be fun, and just have like even little nods to stuff. Like she has like C-list heroes that she defends and all this. But it seems like all the transformation She-Hulk stuff seems to be done in a lab. So in Endgame, Bruce says that he spent like 16 months in a gamma lab to turn himself into Professor Hulk. So maybe that's where he brings Jennifer Walters to try and stabilise her. Because in the comics, she gets it from a blood transfusion from him. Yeah, that's how she becomes...
gets shot by the mob.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he gives her a blood transfusion.
Because they're cousins.
And I think also a lot of the shots in this are going to be from the first 2 episodes. I think it would be ballsy if they just let her be She-Hulk for the rest of the show. Just like consistently She-Hulk.
She might.
You run the risk of running out of budget after about episode 7, and then you're like, fuck it. Well, what are we going to do? Just paint her in green, it'll be fine.
That's it.
It'll be grand, paint her.
The effect looks a little bit kind of rubbery, but I feel like that's not final CGI right there.
But are we not to expect slightly less than Bruce Banner CGI because it is a series?
See, the thing with Bruce Banner is they already have that model made. Now, it's not just a one-to-one, like, copy and paste kind of a job, but like you would be building a new She-Hulk model from the ground up for this show. So I feel like it probably will get a little bit of leeway. But I just want to know how they interact in this. Like, what is the reason for them meeting up in this movie?
I mean, I think they might go along the exact same lines as the comic book. I think she could trial a mobster and the mob shoot her, and then Bruce is the only one around and he saves her. I mean, why change it? It's fairly self-explanatory. And then he's like, I'm after giving you some of my blood, and it's going to turn you. I like the one bit in the lab when he's like talking to her. He gives her clothes that are way too big because he knows that she's going to get a lot bigger. It's like a very small detail, but I was like, makes sense. Bruce has been here before.
You've learned this. You learned this all by yourself. We also know that Abomination is showing up in that series.
Tim
Roth. So what if, like, there's like a thing to, I don't know, release Abomination, and she's like protesting that movement on like behalf of the people of Harlem, which he destroyed. And so you call Bruce Banner as a witness, but he can't be the Hulk while he's a witness, so they have to reverse it for that time.
And then she gets shot by the mob.
And then blood transfusion. Now they're both Hulks.
But Tim Roth gives her a blood transfusion, and she becomes She-Abomination.
I don't. Has there been a She-Abomination? That's a very good question.
It's comic books. I'm assuming there has.
There's a red She-Hulk. But
I mean, there's a red and green of all the Hulks. Doesn't matter what Hulk you go to, they just change colours repeatedly.
This is true. I don't see a She-Abomination. That's
See now, Kevin Feige, get on to me. I'll give you some original ideas.
Do you know who'd be actually? Because if we're going along the lines of like Tim Roth, do you know who'd be a really good She-Abomination?
Go on.
The only thing that's coming to mind is like Emily Deschanel. Bones. I just think it'd be funny.
Did you recently watch Bones?
No. I watched so much Bones like as a child that it's just kind of burned into my head.
But then you'd have a Bones Lie to Me double act.
Oh, the double bill on Sky One. Holy fuck.
Double bill on Sky One on Sunday nights.
I have Sunday night's great night. There is a she-abomination.
Oh,
Connor,
yes, I knew it.
She's not called she-abomination.
Oh, it's worse.
It's abominatrix.
Oh, Stan. Oh, Stan.
What have you done? What have you done?
He had to give that a thumbs up, surely, when she get created.
1990.
Oh, Stan, you were still around.
You were still heavily involved.
No wonder they were selling fucking filing cabinets and desks.
When Abominatrix is the best thing you can ever have.
We've nailed this, lads. Okay, we're moving on to our next piece of news, and it is actually more follow-up to the Eternals, Shaun.
Oh.
But it's something that we discussed on the episode itself. Because apparently the Eternals writers are currently going out of their way to find, or trying to get a chance to do a prequel series on Disney Plus for the Eternals.
Right.
So, Shaun, my thoughts to you is this came out, and I mean, the Eternals movie packs a whole lot of, 160 minutes or whatever it is. But now the Eternals writers are coming out saying they would like to see a prequel series come to Disney Plus covering all of the Eternals. What are your thoughts?
I don't like this at all. Like my least favourite bits of that movie was the stuff in the past, which is quite key to a prequel series, I would say.
Do you not want to see Kingo when he's, around?
No, like all of the that doesn't, like, none of what you could reveal in that prequel series will change the film The Eternals. And so I've seen where all of those characters end up. Like, would I like to see more? Look, okay, spoilers for The Eternals, by the way.
For the next 5 minutes.
For the next 5 minutes. Would I like to see more Gilgamesh? Yeah. But ultimately it doesn't matter. Because it's fucking dead. So it's like the film Black Widow at this point. You're just going to make a middling Marvel movie to sell tickets by doing this.
But do you not want to see what happened to Sprite, the most exciting character in the film?
I don't give a shit about any of those people, though. I don't care about any of the Eternals.
But maybe you will after a prequel series.
Except for Druig, excuse me.
Sorry. No, except for Druig, and even he has no backstory. Nobody knows what the fuck happened to him. We just like Barry. That's literally it.
That's it. Give me, like, Druig just living in Dublin for 100 years, and that's all I need. But
I feel like, obviously, Angelina's definitely not coming back for a prequel series. Not at all. You might get Richard Madden, maybe.
Might get Gemma Chan.
Gemma Chan, yeah, and you'll definitely get the rest of them. Salma Hayek isn't coming back for an Ajax film.
I don't think so.
I mean,
it just sounds boring to watch.
I feel like, and this might give away our review, but if you have to bring out a movie and then you have to bring out a prequel series explaining the characters in the movie, you didn't do a very good job in the movie.
Yeah, but also, like, I don't think those characters need explanation because there is nothing to them. Like, they are just strong boy, warrior woman. Yeah, like, that's it. There's child. There's, here's wise cracking finger gun man. Fuck you, Sprite. She's not even that bad, honestly. It's just...
Why do they make her real? Sorry, we're not going to get into it. But why? Why does that happen? She had a knife.
But also, I was thinking of this. So they made her into like a human, right? At the end of it. We're still in spoiler time. It's fine.
She tried to commit murder.
But the fucking children's book analogy that they used earlier was Peter Pan. But surely Pinocchio would have been more fucking accurate.
Yes. But also, maybe Jack the Ripper would have been accurate. Because she does try to stab some people.
She does. Loves a bit of a stab. Look... We won't re-review Eternals because I feel it'll only depress us.
I can't put myself into that situation, but if somebody stabbed me 20 minutes later, I wouldn't say I'm going to give you everything you dreamed of in life.
Even if it was me?
I would say, even you, I think I'd be like, lad. Lad.
What if I punch you square in the back of the head?
That's worse somehow. At least the knife is final. The punch seems more vicious.
Yeah, the punch is like, I'm willing to deal with the consequences here.
So we are finishing off Movie Mondays this week, Shaun, and I left a bit of time because I'm sure we're probably going to have a bit of thoughts. And that is because we are going to be talking the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer that dropped.
Oh, are we talking about this?
We are indeed talking about that trailer. The movie is coming out The movie is coming out next month. It's a pretty big deal, Shaun.
It is. If you like that kind of thing.
If you're into that kind of thing, you are the biggest fan of Spider-Man I know. I'm intrigued. How do you feel after watching this trailer?
I'm mixed, honestly. Now, look, I will say I really like it. I'm really excited for this movie. But I don't want to know any more about this movie.
No, stop showing me things.
Yeah, stop showing me things. Stop having every news site. Like, Andrew Garfield trends about once a week now. Because anytime he does
he's
anything...
so sad.
He's so miserable.
Stop asking him.
Just leave him go. Like, clearly he's not going to say, yeah, I'm in it. Like, give up at this point.
I like how, like, John O57 is like, I'm going to ask him on the street, right? I'm going to get the scoop. And when I stick my phone in his face and he says yes, I'm going to make a fucking million followers overnight. I'm the hottest scooper in Hollywood.
Like, look, they didn't show the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in this trailer, which I think is a good move, but I feel like that, like, it's spoiled now. Like, you know they're in it, definitely.
I mean, I mean, everyone knew they were in it even like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
everyone knew that they were in it. And there's so many things like over the last few weeks that it's like proof that Andrew Garfield. I'm like, I don't even want to know. I'm not even going to cover it.
How is this more fun than watching that on screen? Like
it's way more fun.
I wish Thor Ragnarok didn't spoil the Hulk thing in trailers.
Yeah, I think, why not just, you have the ability to just like CGI everyone out of the fucking film. Just CGI somebody else in, and we're just like, oh, he's fighting this person. Like, and then it turns out when Hulk shows up.
Like, like with this one in particular, I don't know how much like marketing it needs. I think people will see it anyway. Like the fact that it's suspiciously 5 of Spider-Man's greatest villains teaming up. Like, that's great and that's cool. But I think just a Spider-Man movie would already have those tickets sold. And also, Venom is definitely in this.
Oh, 100%. 100% that he's in it. After you see the crack in the sky, he's definitely in it.
He's definitely in it, and like that makes the Sinister Six. So briefly on that, we get a bunch of returning Spider-Man villains who have all been killed in battle with Spider-Man. Is the conceit of this movie, and Doctor Strange has trapped them all in a little cube, and Tom Holland, he's like, no, that's not right. And so I think he frees them?
Because I think the idea is that Doctor Strange says they all have to die because they all died fighting Superman or Spider-Man in another universe. And so his idea is that we have to, that's the timeline. We have to just let them die.
Yeah, and Tom Holland is like, no, I want to save everyone. Very Spider-Man thing to think. Like, he will even save his greatest villains. So, off the bat, we have Dr. Octopus, who we saw. Alfred Molina. Looks great. I think he turns good sometimes in this movie.
I think he definitely turns good. I think he's the one that's like, what do we do? And everyone, let's go back. Exactly.
I think he's going to come in clutch at the end. We have Jamie Foxx's Electro, who looks so much better than he did in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
He's now yellow, and he's got the Electro Star. Yeah, he's got the Electro Star. He's got a little power pack on his chest.
He looks great. It's such a cool design. We have Kurt Connor's The Lizard, which is fine Lizard. I really like the actor who plays the Lizard. I hope they get him back for like some Kurt Connors stuff.
I can't remember his name right now.
Can't remember his name either. It always escapes me.
I do apologise.
We also have Sandman is back in a big way. Who's like got redeemed at the end, but maybe they're pulled out before their fight with Spider-Man or something.
We did the review of that. And all of he does is he just like constantly throughout the movie, he's just like, I'm a good guy while doing bad stuff.
Yeah, just like killing people. I'm not a bad guy.
Good, I just do it for my daughter now. Fucking, I'm going to kill you and your family.
And rob this bank with me. And then we have Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, it seems. Seems to be Willem Dafoe still. And a very similar goblin suit.
He's going to have to talk into a mirror, surely.
I mean, you would hope so. I think there's... It's weird, because all of these characters are dead, for want of a better word. But
see, they're dead, but they're also, I suppose, it's just, they're big names. And I think they probably will do the thing where they bring them back, like, an hour before they're dead. We brought them back just as you were fighting Spider-Man. You're back again.
That's the thing, because when he first presumably appears, Dr. Octopus recognises that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. But then when he pins...
Yeah, and he's like, you're not Peter Parker.
You're not Peter Parker. Peter Parker will be dead from that. Also
the arms with the nanotech. You see the nanotech suit and it kind of morphs down to cover Peter, and then it goes onto the arms.
Yeah, it's like he adapts it into his arms, which is fucked, because now it's kind of Superior Spider-Man, which is when Dr. Octopus took over Spider-Man's body and he called himself Superior Spider-Man. He had all the best tech and he was really ruthless with criminals, and he got shit done, I will be honest. It's a very good run if anyone wants to read it.
And so you also have Doctor Strange is in this being like, you're all the Scooby Gang, you solve it for yourselves.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's going to fight Doctor Strange at some point in this to basically be like, don't kill them. Doctor Strange is like, has to happen, dude.
It has to be done. Do you think MJ is going to die? Because we see a very Gwen Stacy looking shot in this trailer.
I think Andrew Garfield catches her.
That'd be great. That'd be class.
I think he catches her and is like, I'm not going to let anyone else lose their loved one this way. Something like that. I mean, you see Peter's hand, but they could easily CGI that out. They also CGI'd all the other Spider-Man out of the big fight scene at the end where it's Peter against the 5 of them.
Yeah, apparently in one version of the trailer, I think it's from like
Mexican
Portugal
trailer.
or Brazil. Mexico, that's it. And you see like the lizard just getting clocked in the face by nothing.
And where it makes no sense now. Also, if you look at the shot, the lizard's just jumping at nobody. So all the YouTubers just blew up during the week of arrows, all those empty spots. Mean? Like, what does it mean? Look at the empty space. What are they hiding from us, man? Basically means they just don't want to give away the spoiler, but it's definitely the 3 of them fighting against the 5 of them. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you would do. And that's the money shot.
It is the money shot, and it's the hero shot, and it will be on like the TV trailer that comes out. But I'm really conflicted, because I really want to see this movie, right? But I also can't wait for it to be out so it can stop being the only thing reported on in terms of comic book movie news.
But then what are we going to do?
Oh, that's when we move on to... What's the next movie coming out?
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
We move on to that.
What'll happen is that is
confirmed.
That is just a direct sequel to this, really. So this will start the crack, and then I think Doctor Strange is basically... But then I also think Scarlet Witch is involved. Like,
that's the thing.
Having some say in this.
Pre-COVID and everything, Multiverse of Madness was meant to come out first, before Spider-Man No Way Home. So I don't know how much rewriting they did, but presumably... I think
they're rewriting it now.
Could be. I think that... I would fully believe that Doctor Strange doesn't show up for much of this movie. Like, first act, maybe. And then he has a side story maybe at the same time as this movie's going on.
And then I think Peter comes to him as a last resort and is like, fix my problem. Because it's been like a horrible first half an hour of this film.
What do you think of the magic Spider-Man suit?
It's just to sell toys.
Just to sell toys and Halloween costumes, that's it.
I just give him the red and blue. And then I'm
give him a regular suit, yeah. I can't wait.
I don't like the nanotechs suit.
No.
I just want a literal, just a Spider-Man suit. Just have the cool Andrew Garfield suit.
Yes, the second one. And I like the red and black suit that Tom Holland Spider-Man has at the end of Far From Home.
Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah,
I like that suit. I like that suit a whole lot. and then any of the Tobey Maguire suits are probably fine. But I can't wait to see, like, I want the other two Spider-Men who are broke as fuck just looking at this, like, marvel of science that Tom Holland just wears.
Just like, I want Tobey Maguire just crying. No, you don't see it at the start when he's crying in the rain. Somebody commented underneath, it was like they just used the gif of Tobey Maguire saying, "Oh, you're gonna cry," from Spider-Man 3.
Like, I'm excited to see it. It will be cool to see all of those people. I think Tobey Maguire dies, by the way. Do you think so, that he has that, like, send off?
I think what happens is he says great power, great responsibility to Tom Holland.
Oh, good.
The scene at the end in the rain is like Tom Holland crying because Tobey Maguire is either dead or he's leaving back to his universe. I can't quite tell. That'll be like, I think that's like the scene when they all when it's the morning after they're dead, or I suppose Tobey Maguire's like, I have to leave now. And then he waves.
Bye-bye.
He goes back to the gate. Bye-bye. I have to go back to my home planet. And then just like floats up along the screen.
Could be. I think they're going to make Ned Leeds into the Hobgoblin. That's my wild theory for this.
Do you think do you think Aunt May or what's Jon Favreau's character? Happy. Yeah, are either of them dead?
Oh man, I don't think you can kill Aunt May.
So then Happy.
I think Happy might take the Uncle Ben role.
Maybe. I think Happy could die. I think there's a lot of scenes of them running around looking quite scared, and then Aunt May's looking like real sad at one point, and I'm like, Happy could be dead or been blown up or nearly killed, I don't know.
Yeah, like, for all we know about this movie, we don't know a lot of plot details. You know, like, we know multiverse and we know multiple villains and multiple Spider-Men, but we don't know, like, how does the fact that everyone knows Peter Parker, what happens there? Which that's a cliffhanger we've been riding for the last 2 or 3 years.
Maybe at the end, him crying is because it actually works, and the only way they can do it is if everyone forgets, and it just reverts back to he's the only one. He's crying because he's standing in the rain and he's so sad because nobody now knows. What
if Tobey Maguire dies, but then to make sure that no one knows that Peter Parker is Tom Holland is Spider-Man, him and Andrew Garfield have to switch places. And so he takes the Sony universe and Garfield takes the Marvel universe.
Zendaya just has to go out with Andrew Garfield.
No.
And Nate has to be his best friend.
And they just have to pretend.
I don't even know you, man.
You're like 10 years older than us.
Do you remember that trip we took, Ned, to Washington? Do you not remember?
He's just really pals. Selling it. Also, we're definitely getting Matt Murdock as well. Like, that's basically confirmed.
100%, yeah. We're not even getting into it. But he's probably not even going to have a big deal. Like, one scene.
Yeah, unless he shows up at the end and kills Happy.
Oh, even better. Even better. So I think that's it for this week's Movie Monday, Shaun.
I think that's about it. Will I take us out, Connor?
Yes, please.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of Movie Mondays. We'll be back Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday, Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Monday with another episode of Movie Mondays. Big thanks to everyone who supports us over on Patreon. As we said during the show, patreon.com/heroesforhire podcast. Special shout outs to Waffles, will be 30 years old by the end of the month. All he wants is for people to get vaccinated and to have a nice day. I will do my best, Waffles. I'm halfway there, and the day is young. Thank you also to Ciara Lawler, David Clarke, Ed Ball, Joe Burney, Róisín, Schrödóisìn, Hally, Ryan, Right Time, Evanson, Shaun, Grow Your Mo for a Bro, Jamieson, Dominic, Jessiah, Florida Gal Green, Anna, Team Irish, Walrus, Hjelmroos, Lil Dicky, the other said in a southern drawl, well, I reckon people dang old call me Florida man, glad to meet you, M. Danny McLaughlin, Ray, I can't believe Wanda did this, Sammy DeLucia, Michelle, it's championship weekend for Drip, Browne, a June run, a June run, Luke Hoth. Thank you all so much. God, I need to catch my breath after that one. Thanks everyone for the support. You're actually unreal. Head on over.
I saved my laptop, by the way.
I was watching you do it. Oh, you were shuffling, but every day he's shuffling. That's the song.
The laptop was basically like, plug me in or I'm dead. I was like, don't lose the recording and talk for another hour.
If I'm dead, you're dead. But if you want to head over there, $5 or more a month to get all of our movie and TV show reviews that we've ever done. You can also support the show by going to Twitter at Heroes for Hire Pod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. But the most important way to ever help the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
So I've been Conor Lawler.
I have been Shaun Meehan.
And we shall see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.